Hello everybody, it's Mystic, and welcome back to my library. This is another episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. In the last episode, we lost the alchemist. I am drawing a blank on her name at the moment. We took her to the tower. It worked, the little thingy, the little M talisman thing that they made. It worked, but then Fandaniel set a trap, and so now she's stuck in the tower. And then Fandaniel gave like this long soliloquy about who he is, and it turns out that his name is Amun, which is also the name of the Egyptian god. So it looks like we've got some Egyptian mythology coming in this time. Also, we also learned that I don't remember if he worked for Xandi or if he was like friends with them. But Xandi, and I did mess this up in the last episode. I said that Xandi was from Final Fantasy IV. He's not. He's from Final Fantasy III. I played both of them somewhat recently and kind of got confused as to which was which, but he's from 3, not 4. So, yeah, he had something to do with it. And yeah, so now we are going to be talking to Thancred and seeing what our next move is. First, we must inform everyone of the situation, Nadana's colleagues included, so Nadana. I'll call them together for a gathering, but I think it would be best if you were the one to explain. Okay, I can totally do that. That's right, so we just got back. Nobody knows about what happened yet. Oh, Nadana. Can you answer me this? Though Nadana is trapped in the tower, she's still alive, yes? Yeah. Then we must make warding scales, as many as we can. The prototype works perfectly. This Nadana proved at peril to herself. So let us make more scales that she and all those who were taken might be saved, except we can't take them out of the tower. That's what Fandaniel said. Aye, as alchemists, this is how we will help win the fight. My friends, the Satrap has been made aware of the tragedy. He offers his heartfelt condolences and reiterates his pledge to provide you with all that you require. To that end, he bade me give you his link pearl, that he might personally discuss the production of the warding scales with you. Whoa, pretty cool. And our Eorzean visitors, I bear an invitation. In her report, Mistress Nadana noted your vital contributions to the talisman's creation. This fact came to the Satrap's attention, and in recognition of your deeds, he wishes to meet you. Okay. In addition to thanking you in person, he would also like to discuss further avenues of collaboration. And if it is agreeable, will you not accompany me to Radz-at-Han for an audience with His Excellency? Yeah. I am very curious to meet him. We should be honored, of course. Closer cooperation between our lands can only be to the benefit of all. Then it is settled. Please come to the gates, east of the Giant Skull grounds, and I will show you into the city. Ooh, I'm really excited to see this city. Oh my gosh. You know, I know I've said it a couple times already. This area is so beautiful. Look at look at that. It's gorgeous. Okay, let's head back. I just was grabbing an aether current while I was here. All present, then let us proceed. Owing to the threat of the tower, the city is currently in a state of high alert, and strict restrictions are in place for entry. Though you have been granted special permission, I ask that you remain close to me at all times.
A vast rock squats upon Favnir, and to its stony surface clings the city of Radz-at-Han.
It's so pretty.
Ye who enter here are subject to the scrutiny of gods, the gate's most watchful eye. The orb which beholdeth the truth of all things.
Kind of reminds me of the Eye of Ra.
Pass beneath its hot and piercing gaze, bearing down like a second midday sun.
Wow. It is so beautiful.
The fragrant haze, a mixture of sweet incense and acrid smoke. The cries of merchants mingled here with lively melodies accented by dancers' feet. travelers seduced by vivid sound and colors were once swallowed up by patchwork streets.
Ilsabard, Radz-at-Han. This city is gorgeous. Honestly, might be one of my new favorite places.
No such scenes to savor now. To what somber present does that divine eye bear witness?
Oh my god, I love it. It's so colorful.
Here we are. Megadota.
Wow. Is that the palace? It's beautiful. I know I keep saying that. I know. But it is.
It seems a shame to bring you here directly. Under normal circumstances, it would have been my pleasure to show you the sights.
It's okay.
And it would have been our pleasure to see them. Alas, it seems our tour of the city will have to wait.
I'm afraid so. Come, we should head inside.
Yeah, this might end up being one of my new favorite cities. It's very pretty. And colorful and vibrant, and I really like it. But Charlayan does have all the books, so gonna be a hard competition.
Your Excellency, may I present our honored visitors?
Ah, splendid. Most splendid.
Oh, he's Al-Ra.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Ahawan, Satrap of Radz-at-Han. Our alchemists tell me your assistance was invaluable in the creation of the warding scale. Such deeds ought to be recognized in person. Thus did I have young Varshan convey you here forthwith. On behalf of my people, may I express to you our sincere gratitude.
But Nadana, she was taken. Yeah, I'm gonna take that. Because I'm pretty worried about her.
A regrettable incident indeed. Her colleagues insist that we honor her wishes and trust in the talisman, that it will be instrumental in saving Nadana and the others.
His eyes are really cool.
I am eager to hear your opinion on the matter, so let us not stand on ceremony. Come, sit.
Those looks like some really comfy, fancy
I think
chairs.
not.
Huh?
This charade has gone on long enough. Show yourself.
I'm sorry?
Forgive me, but were you expecting musicians, perhaps? There are no performers waiting in the wings at present, but arrangements could be made if you'd prefer.
Nay, he hath the right of it. The time for artifice is past. Raise the curtain.
Pay
As
no
you
attention
wish.
to the man behind the curtain, or maybe a dragon?
You travel as assistants to the students of Valdesian, but you are known to me. Even here have we heard of the scions of the Seventh Dawn.
This is the dragon he was riding!
I am Vritra, and for years uncounted hath this isle served as mine abode.
It is! It's Vritra. I don't know how to say this name. Vritra?
Vritra, of the first brood, sibling to Hraesvelga and Nidhogg.
I, mine elder brothers, of Midgard's Sorma's spawn, I was last to hatch.
Well, isn't this a surprise?
Uh-huh.
We were told Radz-at-Han had an alliance with a dragon. Not that a great worm sat in the Satrap's own hall.
Yeah, this is pretty surprising.
A necessary subterfuge, as the true tale of our nation history illustrates most effectively. In the beginning, the rock upon which our city is built was home to Vitra, and Vitra alone. In time, the ancestors of the Matanga came to the island and established a foothold. But never did they dare disturb the worm's lair.
Probably smart.
Next to arrive were the Aura. Adopting the example of their Akasodra allies, they too treated Vitra with reverence and respect.
Also smart.
And for many years, an understanding between our forefathers and the Great Worm endured. Until marauding heroes from the mainland came, threatening to shatter our peace and tranquility.
It's always
when
the
it
hears.
seemed all would be drowned in blood, Vitra himself came forth and quelled the rising conflict. A peaceful accord was reached, and oaths sworn in Vitra's name. Thus began the dragon's governance of the fledgling state, which was to grow into Radz-at-Han.
But if Vitra is still here, then your position as Satrap is just...
I was just gonna say, is he just a figurehead?
A charade.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And one which my family has performed faithfully for generations.
Many envy the great worms their power. Were it known that I ruled here, then the fires of war would burn without end. I would not be the flame which consumeth my people. Those few who join me in laying our country's foundations were, perforce, sworn to secrecy.
Your eye. It was taken.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Who has it?
'Tis here, buried within the semblance of flesh.
What?
The body before thee is but a simulacrum, constructed by the finest artisans of Radz-at-Han. With mine eye nestled within, it doth serve as an inconspicuous vessel for my will.
I was just gonna say, his eyes are very red.
That would explain why I felt the presence of a dragon upon our first meeting.
I am woven with words fashioned to deceive such arcane senses. Though 'twas short-lived, it seemeth thy fusion with my brother hath left thee much altered. Estinian warm blood.
This is really very cool.
From the very first, we sensed the nature of one another. Yet did neither one of us bare his fangs.
True.
That is all I need know of thee for now.
With my secret thus revealed, I have for you a proposal. Not as a worm of the first brood, but as the ruler of Radz-at-Han. With all haste must we take in hand the finished talismans and breach this foul spire. Thence, should it lay within our power, dispel its wicked influence. Yet even with the assurance of the warding scales, the narrow confines of the tower doth limit the size of our force.
Dungeon?
And thus denied strength in numbers, thou must choose thy soldiers with care.
Just so. Yet though our radiant host is formidable, I see a surer path before me. Thou and thy comrades have contended with a multitude of primal beings. Most recently, thou didst cast down false gods in Pagalthan and Cartanau, I am told.
You have the right of it.
Upon that strength I would call. The Scions have proven themselves the most capable, and I ask that you serve as the tip of our spear. Talismans would, of course, be provided for each of thy companions, and should you agree to this undertaking, more will be provided to make use of as you see fit.
Okay.
There's no denying it's a dangerous proposition, but the rewards may far outweigh the risk. Just think of what we might accomplish if we could equip all our allies with warding scales.
That would be helpful.
I worry, however, that even the 4 of us may be too few for what you have in mind. Might we regroup with our friends first to discuss the matter?
Oh, okay.
'Tis no trifling task that I have laid before you. Go. Steel your hearts and hone your plans. Such time as you require shall be spent in crafting your protective charms.
Okay.
It seems a quick trip back to Charlian is in order.
At least we're not going to get sick this time. Okay, bye.
Wilt thou not lend thine aid?
Whether your request be made as a great worm or the ruler of Radz-at-Han, I see no reason to refuse, nor will I.
I am in thy debt.
Wonder how he comes to start riding on him. Very intrigued by that. That meeting took a rather unexpected turn, but we now have a clear objective ahead of us. Let us rejoin our comrades in Charlian and muster a suitable crew for our foray into the Tower of Zot. Okay, so I was wondering how this was going to happen, because if you're playing anything other than a DPS, this party wouldn't work. Because you have a healer, 1 DPS, and 1 tank. I was wondering if this is going to be a dungeon and you're going to use trust, where would the other people come in? I see now. Oh, and if you haven't already done so, be sure to attune to the Aetheryte here before departing, unless of course you enjoy violent nausea. No, I don't. Just as I was getting used to the balmy Thavnair, we're back in chilly Charlian. Take care not to catch your death, eh? We need you for the battles to come. Now then, everyone appears to be here, so let us take stock of all the developments and discoveries. Alright, the gang's all here. In the dark of the tower. Since there has been progress in both investigations, shall we share the findings from our respective locales?
Your time in Thavnair has certainly been eventful. In my opinion, carrying out Vitra's request and assaulting the Tower of Zot should be our highest priority.
I agree. While I still have questions concerning the Forum and their grand undertaking, we have all but exhausted our avenues of investigation. Simply pressing them any harder on the subject will almost certainly result in our expulsion.
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
Therefore, I suggest we explore the ethereal sea connection by way of a letter to Master Matoya, then make our way to Thavnair.
I wonder, even with the protection these talismans afford us, what can we hope to achieve once inside the tower?
We'll see.
According to Orenvold and Fodola's report, they were unable to free the Emulger. Worse, their attempts triggered the tower's defenses, which led to a summoning of Luna Ifrit.
What does it tell us that the Spires even have such defenses? Simply pulling a prisoner from the wall is fatal, thus the direct approach is doomed to failure from the outset. Any further measures to dissuade such actions seem unnecessary. Unless, of course, there is a way to free the prisoners without killing them. Then it stands to reason that any intruders will be met with overwhelming force.
We would just have to fight them,
The
right?
towers appeared throughout the world in but the twinkling of an eye. 'Twas by magical means these structures were raised, I surmise. A spire thus conjured must needs be maintained. And I suspect an arcane catalyst, some manner of core, doth lie hidden within. Destroy the core, and the tower ceaseth to be, thus liberating the captives without harm.
Yep.
So we can hope. And I would prefer to enter the tower with a working theory than with no plan at all.
Assuming Ishtola's reasoning is correct, the chances of the defenses remaining dormant are small to none. Any primals will have to be dealt with, and defeating one will likely only lead to the summoning of another. Our every victory will only compound the prisoner's suffering.
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
May we not then divide our forces? Those proficient in healing will focus on sustaining the captives. That duty can be covered by Urianger, Kryl, Yostola, and myself. The remaining Scions will proceed with the search for the core. Admittedly, this strategy puts both parties at greater risk. but it should bolster our chances of saving the Arcosodra by a considerable margin.
Huh. This is an interesting plan. Yeah, these two can both heal. But I guess having one for us would be nice.
If you're to fight primals, then you'd best have at least one healer with you.
Good point.
And I am more than happy to fulfill that role. I found wielding a sage's armament to be rather intuitive, and look forward to testing them against a more challenging foe.
I wonder what would have happened in this situation if I myself were a healing class. Like, would the options have been different?
It seems we have a plan. All that remains is to carry it out. I will inform Radz-at-Han of our movements, so let us make our preparations and regroup near the tower.
Okay.
The military post in what's left of the Hamsa hatchery should serve as a convenient staging point.
That sounds perfect. And remember, the experimental aetheryte at the confluence is there for those who need it, so there's no excuse for being late.
Except you might be throwing up. Let's go, gang! Ah, our friend of Eorzea. We've been expecting you. You and yours will lead the mission into the tower, I'm told. The warning scales will be delivered soon. Till then, please stand by at the boat we have readied. When your fellows arrive, I will direct them to join you. We pray for your safety and success. If this is the future of aetheryte travel, I think I'll stick to boats. No warning, however emphatic, could have prepared me for that. Oh yeah, they haven't done that yet. On account of which we are a little late, but fighting fit, mostly. Wait, is he coming? My friends, permit me to thank you for accepting this mission. You must be... should we still call you Varshan, I suppose? Indeed, it would not do to confuse our soldiers. Very well then. For our part, we are humbled that you should see fit to entrust us with your warding scales. Please convey as much to His Excellency. One for each of you. Please accept them with my blessings. Our thanks. With these, we can go anywhere those with the blessing of light can go. Not only for this operation either, but all the ones to come. We can finally break your monopoly on primals. Yay! I've been waiting for this day. In that case, they're all yours from now on. No, it's okay. So have we, my friend. So have we. If everyone is amenable to it, let us review the strategy for good measure. As previously agreed, we will divide into two groups. Celeste and her band will break through the tower's defenses and locate its core. Meanwhile, the rest of us will tend to the prisoners, who will doubtless want for healing due to the duress of repeated summonings. The primals which the tower bringeth forth shall be deities of Thavnarian myth. As we have no prior experience with such foes, pray exercise the utmost caution when confronting them. We'll try. We commence the operation at your word, my friend. For the people of Thavnar, nay, the entire world, we must prevail. Alright, gang. Let's do this. Oh my gosh, the music. Hold up. Tower of Zot is absolutely one of the Final Fantasy places. I need to look this up real quick. Yeah, Final Fantasy IV. I thought it sounded familiar. The music, yeah. Okay, I recognize this. Let me get stuff together, but I knew I knew that name. Since a great surge of ether as a summoning hath begun. Summoning. Whoa. What was that? Look, those beastly masks. I can't read this fast. We will focus on sustaining the Arcazadara. Alright, good luck. The rest of you must keep going, onwards and upwards. I mean, I am a pretty fast reader, but reading out loud is very tough for me. I always tend to stumble over my words. I'm loving the Final Fantasy IV music. Alright, looks like we got our first boss. Oh, is it those? It is. It's the gods. Mindaruva. Now, I can't remember if this is who we fight in the Tower of Zot. It has been a while since I've done it. But this is really cool. Alright. Let's go. Ooh. The boss fight music. Oh my god, the boss fight music! Alright. Mindaruva is down. Ooh. Oh, neat. Kind of creepy, but also kind of neat. You know what these towers remind me of? They vaguely remind me of the... were they towers? I think they were towers that you had to go into if you played Elder Scrolls Oblivion. They kind of remind me of those. Oh my gosh, what is that? It's terrifying looking. The way the Tempered Imperials walk is terrifying. Okay, here's our next boss fight. Sandaruva. Okay, apparently Estinian is limit breaking. Okay, Sandaruva is down. I haven't gotten a single item that is for casters yet, but that's okay. This kind of looks like Titan from Eden. Ah, finally. So apparently all I had to do was say I wasn't getting any caster gear, and then suddenly, caster gear. Ooh. Is that must be the core. And that's the final sister. No matter the cost, we must protect the tower. She's got a scythe. Harbingers elect the Mage's sisters. Okay. So is she a Reaper? Because she has a scythe. Oh my gosh, the final boss music is so good too. Okay, I think I did it. And I leveled. Yay. I guess it doesn't matter which order they fall. I have no idea. I didn't die though, so there's that.
Is everyone all right?
So far.
We fortified the captives with what magics we could. Have the defenses been disabled? All appears quiet for the moment.
So far.
The lower floors were disturbing enough, but this place feels wrong. The ether is heavy and thick, like wading through a quagmire.
I believe we stand in the tower's beating heart. What sayest thou, Ishtola?
Ew.
I see it. Ether siphoned from the land runs up through the spire, flowing to a single point. This is the core we seek.
I mean, that seems fairly
Yet
obvious.
Something is off. As large as this structure is, it siphons far more ether than is required to sustain it. 'Tis as if the core is feeding on the energy, consuming it. I need to take a closer look.
I don't know that it's safe for you to stay here. Fandaniel's moving around.
Curious. There is something there embedded inside the core. A man's limb.
What? Huh, what?
This is what we came to destroy?
What?
Yes, if you would be so kind.
It's one way to do it. He's so badass. I love him.
And that should be the end of it.
You just had to... Yeah, you just had to say it.
What now?
Good question.
My theory that the tower might come crashing down following the core's destruction doth appear to be correct.
Oh no!
Bully for you! And how are we supposed to survive the fall?
Wait.
What of the prisoners below?
The floor beneath our very feet dissolves. Brace yourselves!
I pray I'm not too late.
Is he just gonna teleport us all out? He too is badass. Just in a very different way. Okay, we're out. I hope the rest of them are okay.
Oh, what happened? Where are we?
By
Graha,
my
you
reckoning,
good?
we're still on the island where the tower stood, but 'tis as if it never existed. Hardly a scratch. But how?
Graha? Don't do this to me again.
Graha wove a levitation spell at the last moment. Large enough to catch everyone, it would seem.
Wow, that's a lot of people.
That explains the lack of obvious injuries.
The expenditure of so much ether has taken its toll. He will need plenty of rest, but should otherwise be none the worse for wear.
Okay, good.
Then the immediate problem is what to do with our new friends here. They'll be much changed for their time in the tower. Even if their bodies are intact, I doubt we could say the same for their minds.
Angelo and I will take care of that.
Oh, that's right, Angelo!
I have every faith in you, Alize, but there are just too many for you to treat alone.
We'll send at once to Eorzea for more Porksies, and call on the local mages to lend a hand.
Hail,
Let's work together.
Scions!
Oh, hey.
We were watching the tower when it simply disappeared. What happened here?
It's a good question.
The threat is banished, and thy people delivered. They are, however, in need of treatment, and we of a secure locale and helping hands to assist us in its provision.
You shall have all this and more. Come, let us convey these unfortunate souls to the city.
Okay. Is she okay? We don't know what happened to her scale, do we? The liberated prisoners are being transported to Radz-at-Han for treatment. Alize and Y'shtola will oversee the administration of the tempering treatment, with support from those who know a healing spell or two. We'll go and join them in the city once you've had a moment to catch your breath. Okay, so this is where I am going to end this episode. That was a pretty fun dungeon. I'm glad we were able to save everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. You can also follow me on social media, which I have linked down in the description box below. And until next time, I will see you later.